Hello friends, happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a good day, staying warm and dry. It is raining here in Austin and it is so chilly, which is the perfect weather for this look today because who doesn't want to get a little bit snuggly on Valentine's? But thank y'all for joining me. I'm recording this while Lincoln is at Mother's Day out to avoid the interruptions that would have occurred tonight if I had done it live at 8. But thank y'all for joining me now. I wanted to share a really easy Valentine's look with y'all. It's gonna be very minimal product. I'll give you a few options if you want to spice it up with a few more things, but I wanted to keep it simple because I was doing a poll the other day and I was like, who goes out for Valentine's Day, who stays in? The majority of people stay in. A lot of them though will like get dressed up and make it, a fun dinner at home. And so I thought this look would be perfect for going out or staying in. So we're gonna jump in and get started. The first thing that I did was prep my skin. I hope y'all can see okay. I'm kind of sitting in front of the mirror. It's so dark because of the weather that it's kind of hard to get good lighting. But first thing is prep your skin. So I washed my face this morning with the Nourishing Cream Cleanser, and then I went in with the Rose Water Mist with the Counter Match Adaptive Moisturizer. I freaking love this moisturizer. If you are suffering from dry skin, this is your best friend. Also, can we chat about the genius packaging that squeezes every last bit of it out? I'm all about that. I did 2 pumps of this and I did 3 drops of our #1 face oil. This is our brightening oil. It has vitamin C in it and I feel like it has done amazing things for my skin. Last is I put a very tiny bit of the rejuvenating eye cream. I'm talking like tiny bit. Our products are very moisturizing and nourishing. I wasn't used to that, especially from a concealer standpoint. So it was something I kind of struggled with in the beginning because I added so much moisture under my eyes and I was getting like lines and creases and stuff. You don't really need a whole lot because our products are just filled with so much moisture. So I do put a little, but not a ton. Going in to start with a tint skin foundation, I use the color Linen, and I'm using the retractable foundation brush. I just kind of dip it in here and then I stipple it onto my skin. This coverage is, I would say, medium, and I have loved the application that this brush has. A lot of people will stipple it on and then they work from inside out and do circular motions. I do that, but I also kind of just make sure it's really pressed into my skin. So I just get it all up and then work it in. You'll see it blends out really nice. But I used to wear, I came from the world of MAC Cosmetics, and I use their Pro Longwear concealer, and this is crazy, but I would mix it with moisturizer to kind of make a foundation prior to using Beautycounter's foundation. I've done this like for years. I tried a bunch of different foundations and that was the one that I just felt like provided, or the solution that provided the most coverage. So that's what I always went with. But okay. So when I switched to this, I was like, it was just first of all, it was an adjustment from how drying that MAC was. But it was just like completely eye-opening because I was like, wow, I can just actually have a foundation that works. Okay, so I have some blemishes. You'll kind of see as we go through, and I conceal them with a concealer, but I just wanted to kind of show, I hope the lighting's okay, how just easy this foundation goes on. I have been asked about this brush. I feel like this brush is just critical for foundation. Like any brush, the way that you apply it, I apply it with my fingers all the time, but if I'm going out, I just feel like this does such a better job. So this is it fully down, retracted, so it's kind of an airbrushed finish. If you want it more condensed, you can just pull it up and it makes the brush bristles kind of come together, much more dense. So again, that was Tint Skin and Linen. Now I'm going in with our Touch Up Concealer Pen in Fair. This is my like go-to. If I had to pick 3 of our makeup products that I just like can't live without, it's this concealer. I'm sorry, I'm like so bad at the doing it backwards thing from what you see. It would be this concealer. It just, oh gosh, it does such a good job of brightening. This is critical. Our makeup look today is very minimal from a eyeshadow perspective, but I have very veiny eyelids, and so I feel like if you're not gonna wear a lot of eyeshadow to cover that up, it's good to conceal. Just as if you were going to wear a bunch of eyeshadow, it's kind of good to prime. So I'm gonna bring this down here, and then I have a few more little blemishes up here to cover. But I was super impressed. I was saying I you know, as I mentioned, I used the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which is extremely high coverage. And I just was very hesitant to try, but this was the first things I've tried when I switched over, and it's been one of my all-time favorites. And if I had to recommend 3 beauty products makeup products from Beautycounter to try, it would be this one. Next would be the cream blusher, which I know some people are like, oh, I don't like blush. Girl, I'm telling you, that is the multi-use makeup product from them. I use it as a lipstick, and I use it as a shadow constantly. So I appreciate products that you can use multiple ways. It blends, it's extremely pigmented, but it blends really easy. What I like about that is that a little goes a long way, but it's not where you put it on and you're like, oh crap, I made a mistake, and now I have this like massive amount of blush on. It just blends right out if you need it to. Okay, so you can see how much that just kind of brightened. I'm gonna pick up my little retractable mirror, or my breakout mirror real fast, and just make sure I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing. Okay. I have a bunch of freckles, and this just does a really good job of like evening all of that out. This is not necessary if you like a super dewy look. You would just keep going. Our mattifying powder is one I really enjoy. Just kind of sets everything in place. I use a really little amount, and I just go in with a big brush, and I tap it out, and I just start on my cheeks and kind of work it down. But I feel like this does a really good job of just kind of like setting without adding any additional color. And it makes everything go on really easy. All right, next step is going to be our eyes. We're gonna start with our brows. I use the brow pencil in Light. First thing I do is just kind of brush up all the way around. So I'm gonna be interested. I want y'all to comment below and tell me, what do y'all do for Valentine's? Do y'all stay in or do you go out? I just kind of focus on the areas where I'm sparse. I start at the bottom, and first I do an outline, and then I'll brush it out. Do y'all, if y'all stay in, do y'all have like a set menu that y'all like cook every year? Do y'all do different things? Do y'all cook together? Is it like a family affair if you have children? What do y'all do? I'm always curious. I guess Tanner and I have never been the couple that like goes out on Valentine's. We've always cooked in, and we were gifted from the wedding coordinator at the church we got married at this cookbook, and it was like your first year cookbook, and it was all like the major like milestones, and then I just used a spoolie on the other end to brush it out and soften it. If you're looking for a good brow pencil that stays in place, this is your pencil. Okay, next up, we're going to jump right into eyes. So I mentioned that this look is really minimal when it comes to, like a little squirrel run by. They get into the chicken coop and like get all the chicken stuff and then run away. Poor girls. So this look is it's a sultry eye look, but it's with minimal product. So I hope that will work well for you. But this is kind of new for me. I always wear at least a little bit of some type of shadow. Not always, but when I'm going out and doing something. Our eyeshadow or our eyeliners come with a sponge on one end, and then the other end is the actual pencil. So I'm gonna go in with the color Plum today. You could use black or brown or navy. The goal is just for it to kind of like pop. I wanted to use something that's a little less traditional just to kind of show you an option for this look, and I thought it would be fun for it to be plum since it's Valentine's, but you do you, and if you feel like black works better, go for it, girl. I am gonna use this because I'll poke my eye right out. But first thing, ooh, I'm so sorry. First thing I'm gonna do is start with my top and line it. I am going to kind of stop right here, but I'm gonna line all the way my under part, like tight line it, and then on the top, I'm gonna be a little bit more messy because I'm gonna end up smudging this out. Then I'm gonna come in on my waterline on the bottom and pretty much go all the way in. I never do this, but it creates such a dramatic look. Part of the fun, I think, of Valentine's Day is doing something different. So like I never flat iron my hair. And I think it's fun to spice it up a little, right? I'm gonna go in with this little brush so you can or mirror so you can see a little bit better. But I was saying our wedding planner gave us a cookbook, and so it had all of your fun kind of like first year anniversary and first Christmas, and if you're hosting a Thanksgiving, like complete meal plans. And so we went to that book our first year and ended up picking the Valentine's dinner, which was lamb chops with a mint sauce, and then we added asparagus and couscous, and that has like been our go-to Valentine's Day dinner since we were married. I don't know if we'll do it this year with little man, but I'm a creature of habit. It's been like sentimental. Okay, so I got my top line kind of done. I'm gonna have to put this down to do the rest. I'm gonna do my waterline on the bottom before I do kind of the waterline on the top. So I have really sensitive eyes. They pretty much water for just about anything, which has been a challenge. It's made it really hard to find mascara and other things, and I have never in my life been able to line a waterline because my eyes flip out. They do not flip out with this. So super dark, right? I haven't done any eye or any cheek stuff, but it'll all come together. But I hope you can kind of see the look. I'm gonna do opposite on this side, just so you can see. And I do kind of bring it in just a little bit in the corner. Then I'm gonna come up on the top and do the same thing. I'm gonna put this down so that y'all can kind of see it a little bit. No, I'm not. I can't do that. I'm not that talented. I always joke. I'm like, I am not a beauty blogger. I am a mama trying to find simple ways to make herself look and feel a little bit better. Okay. All right, y'all. Sorry, this is taking longer than it should just because I can't see. Okay, so next thing that I'm gonna do is go in with this brush or the sponge and just kind of mess it up on top. So I just kind of work it like this. I hope you can kind of see how it just kind of easily goes out. I do it a little bit on the bottom as well. You could also do this with your fingers or another brush. Okay. So next thing, it's a little dramatic, right? You have this like really, really tight line. Just to add a little bit of like more definition in my arch, just the bronzer. So this is something that you could add to your face anyways. This is the #1 bronzer. And I just get a fluffy brush and I dip it in here. And I'm gonna start it here and just work it out. So this is just gonna create a little bit of a transition into that heavy kind of line and that smudge. And I don't bring it in all the way, but I love how it just like, it adds such a easy and quick pop of color. And I feel like if you are very fair, which I'm very fair, you need it. You can't just go like dark eye, dark liner to light skin. Okay, so that is that. Next thing that we're gonna do is add mascara. So I'm gonna go in with the lengthening mascara. Our mascaras are getting a little bit of an update. They're amazing in their formula as they sit now, but be on the lookout for that. It's pretty exciting. This is our lengthening mascara. What I love about this mascara, we have a volumizing and a lengthening. I like mixing them. I'll do the lengthening like this, and then I'll go in with the volumizing on the kind of ends and the outer corners. But if I had to pick between the two, it would definitely be the lengthening. I just feel like the brush is incredible. I have very straight stick eyelashes. I curled them prior to starting this tutorial. I had them curled this morning. I do one just like really good coat. You could definitely do more to make it more dramatic. But I love how thin this is and how it just gets everyone. And my eyelashes stay curled, which is another problem I have. I used to only be able to wear waterproof mascara because it was the only ones that would keep my eyelashes curled, which I know is ridiculous. Okay, let me get the other eye real fast, sorry. Mascara is like the part of tutorials where I'm like, speed that up. From a technique standpoint, I blink it on and shimmy up. I always get asked that question. Do y'all do Valentine's gifts? That's my other curiosity point. We really don't. We've done like concert tickets and stuff in the past, but we've never done like full-fledged gifts. All right, I'm going in on the bottom. We're gonna finish this look with a little bit of that bronzer and then go in with a really sweet pop of pink on the lips to balance out the harshness of the eyes. Okay. And then we're gonna end with really pretty lip. Okay. So bronzer, I'm gonna start here and work up. Same #1 bronzer that we used on our eyes. And I'm just gonna use this brush, it's what I brought over here. I always work it into my hairline. Back up so you can kind of see the application a little bit better. Work it all the way up here. A little bit on my jawline because I'm not one of those people that only gains weight in her tummy when she's pregnant. My body doesn't discriminate and it goes on everywhere. So I'm gonna use Flamingo and Apricot. I know this looks crazy, y'all. It is the most prettiest little pop. So you can see I have a little bit of like definition, but my face is kind of flat. So I go in and I mix the two and I start on my cheekbones and I just kind of work it out. I love adding color. I think especially in the winter when your skin is pretty, has a tendency to be a little bit more like flat. it's just like really needed. I also bring it up kind of where I have my other. Now, if you wanted to add a highlight, you go for it. I want to keep the products minimal because if you're going to be at home and you have other things going on, sometimes it's just nice to have like a really simple way to kind of pull everything together without having to go like crazy. So I'm going to keep it minimal. But my favorite highlight right now is from the Ocean Pacific palette. And it's called Breeze, this one right here. And it is just like, I'll put a little bit on my hair, but oh, I love it. So if you're looking for a highlight, this palette, they just reduced it to $48. So amazing deal. All right. Twig and Bare Shimmer Lip Gloss are in a set this year for Valentine's Day. This is our V-Day Duo, and you get both of these for $48. These are pretty much my everyday colors, so I stocked up on that set because I use them so much. I just think overall having a really good nude, like peachy nude, is so critical for an everyday look. Something that you can throw on easy, especially when you're doing a really dramatic kind of darker eye. I think it's just like really sweet to have a lighter color. This is our Bare Shimmer Gloss. I'm just gonna put it right on top. All right, y'all. That's it. Here are the products I used one more time. Tint Skin Foundation in Linen, Thick Touch-Up Concealer Pen in Fair. Then I went in with our brow pencil in Light. And I used for the eyes, all we have on the eyes is our eyeliner pencil in Violet. And then I also went in with a little bit of our #1 bronzer, just in like the corner, and worked it in. And then on my cheeks, you have the #1 bronzer here, out on my arch, or my forehead. And then you also have our Dull Blush in Flamingo and Apricot. To finish out the eyes, I used our lengthening mascara, and then I finished the lips with our current duo, which is Lip Sheer in Twig. Beautiful, beautiful color. And then our Beautycounter's lip gloss in Bare Shimmer. So, thank y'all for following. I hope that this look will be helpful to y'all. I hope y'all have a really fun Valentine's Day. As a little treat and a little just love from me, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So if you have watched this to the end, comment on your favorite part below and tag a friend. And anyone who does that is going to be entered in to get a free Bare Shimmer lip gloss. And so I'm gonna do that drawing on Thursday, and I will get it in the mail to you on Thursday so that you can have it by Valentine's Day. So you're gonna have 2 days to kind of participate and view this, but make sure the 2 things are that you comment with your favorite part of the tutorial, and then also tag a friend. So someone that you think would enjoy this, or someone that you think would like to learn more about safer personal care and beauty products. But happy Valentine's Day. I hope you like this look. It's a little like, it's just a pop for me. I never do this much eyeliner ever, but it's fun, and I think it'll be fun for Valentine's Day, whether you stay in or out. So have an awesome day, and I will see y'all later.